Hi, my name is Bill Burns. I've been driving a taxi cab since 1974, so that's, I guess, going on 39 years. I wish I could say that I've ever had a positive experience in 400 West, even though I have the advantages of language and ethnicity. When I walk in there, I'm nervous because I know that something is going to happen, and that something is never anything good. My most recent experience was that I was in Whole Foods garage underneath the Whole Foods store. I had my car parked in a certain way that I had taken up more than one lane. The reason was that that was what was available when I came in. And when I came out, a lady started hollering at me the fact that I had taken up 2 lanes in the Whole Foods garage. I was not in my cab, okay, but right away she felt like she had the right to begin to be rude to me. All right, I got in my cab. I didn't respond to her. All I did was I told her, lady, this is what you're doing is not right. Yeah, I had my Whole Foods bag with me, and I think the only way I could respond to her, and it was probably not a good way to do it, but they flipped the Whole Food bag out of the cab. All right, and I think 2 months later or whatever, I got 3 charges in the mail. One was rudeness, one was littering, and the third was reckless driving. Well, if anybody's ever been in that garage in Whole Foods, it's impossible to drive recklessly because it's so narrow. All right, so you got 3 charges on me. All right, what am I going to do? Am I going to fight the charges? You know, that could be a whole lot of money. I could lose my license. So I did what every cab driver mostly does when he goes in there. You know, we go and see the guy who's we refer to as the fat boy, because that's what he's about, and what he says to you is this: you have to consider that if we go ahead with a proceeding, that you may be convicted on all 3 charges. But I'm going to give you a deal. All right, we'll drop 2 of the charges, and you pay for 1 of the charges, which will be about $200. All right. Well, what do? You know, you don't want any trouble. You want to get back out on the street. You want to get the least amount of money to pay, and you don't want to lose your chauffeur's license. So you go ahead and take the deal. You know, and you know, there's a sense of immediate relief. Oh my goodness, I got out on those other 2 charges. And then you begin to think to yourself, well, none of those charges were legitimate. Why did they put those charges on me? None of them were fair. All right? And so you begin to get angrier and angrier, and you begin to feel disrespected. And this is the way a lot of cab drivers feel. So I paid the $200. But was it right? Was it justice? Was it truth? Was anything but. What it is a system to reach into our back pockets and steal from us. And what it's about is it's an assembly line that keeps the money flowing in. And the more charges that they put on guys, the more we're going to go ahead and settle. And the more they are able to keep that assembly line moving forward with more and more volume of monies coming in. And the thing is that this not only happens to taxi drivers, it also happens to members of the public. It's a corrupt system. It's a system that's about injustice, and it's a system that needs to be stopped. And we're going to be working to get in touch with the aldermen in the neighborhood and with other people, and we're going to make that system change at 400 West Superior.